going on, man? It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And as you can see from my energy, man, it ain't the same. It ain't the same as it's been the last 5 games. Took a tough loss tonight, man. It was a tough loss. Kind of I don't want to say reality check, but it's kind of letting them know, like, yo, we got work to do. You know what I mean? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I'm not too upset with the loss. I mean, I am upset. I hate losing. I don't care. I hate losing. But, I knew we weren't going to go 79-3. You know what I mean? So, and we lost to a tough team. You know what I mean? I've been watching the Hornets. I've been paying attention to them, and they are much better than they were last year, man. So, it's not like we lost to some scrubs or anything like that nature. But we lost, and it was a tough game, man. So, I haven't had to do this in a minute, but we're going to get right into it. And since we lost, I got to start with the things I liked. Usually, I'm starting with what I didn't like because we got a win, but tonight is just different. Got an L. But there were some things I liked, so let's just get right into it. First thing I like, man, I like just to see Bradley Beal back on the floor, man. It's good to see him. You know what I mean? We knew he was gone for a minute, but for him to come back, be on the floor, it's just a good look. You know what I'm saying? So I was happy to see that. And also, he had a slow first half. We'll talk about that, man. But he tried to do his thing in the fourth. He brought us back a little bit, made some points, but he also has assists. 7 assists tonight, got a few rebounds. He still scored 24 points, still below the average that he had last year. We need him in that 27-28 range. You know what I'm saying? But I was happy to see him back on the floor. So let's start there. I want to start with Gafford at the beginning of the game. First half, really, he didn't miss first half. You know what I mean? He didn't miss first half. I think he went 8 for 8 first half. I think so. Yeah, 8 for 8 first half. Just provided a presence, set a tone. He played defense, was throwing shots, got rebounds. You know what I mean? Even got steals. I saw him stealing the ball. You know what I mean? He did a lot tonight, man. So I think it was one of his better games this season, man. And I will say, I know he outplayed. He played better than Montrezl Harrell tonight overall. And that was like a first time. I know Gafford starts, but Harrell came off the bench. And he still provided a spark. Don't get me wrong. But he didn't. But Gafford played better than him tonight, man. So I like to see that. And I'm hoping he continues to get better, be more consistent, just providing the energy that he's been providing all season. So I definitely like that. There was times throughout the game that we played tough defense. Overall, it was a defensive game. None of the teams went over 100 points tonight. So we held them to 97, you know what I mean? So we played good defense. The problem was they held us to 87, you know what I'm saying? So, but we played good enough defense to win the game. Unfortunately, we didn't get it done. But I wasn't angry or upset with the defensive effort overall. There were some lapses here and there, don't get me wrong. But overall, it still was within the blueprint, still within the philosophy that this team has been showing throughout the year. So I'm not too angry about the D. I'm just not happy we lost. I like the fact that the Hornets didn't get their first free throws until the second half. So that shows that we were playing good defense throughout the game. You know what I mean? It was our offense tonight that really let us down. But defensively, holding a team, NBA team, to under 100 points, you can't be upset about that. You know what I mean? You can't be upset about that, especially a team like the Hornets. You know what I mean? A high-scoring team, especially in the second half, especially when they killed us. You know what I mean? We'll get into that. But, again, we held them to under 100 points. So, we got to look at the silver lining, I guess. Denny, I'm just seeing improvement. I just keep seeing him getting better and better, more confident, scoring, you know what I mean, taking the ball to the hole, things of that nature. So, but his defense is his calling card. That's what we need from him. He had a vicious block, I think in the sometime in the first half, a nice block. Just playing good on-ball defense, man. So I'm really happy with what I'm seeing from Denny so far this season. His development is great. Our bench in the first half, they were contributing. You know what I mean? They came in, gave us some spark. You know what I'm saying? And again, the game, it got out of hand for us in the second half. First half, we kept it close. We weren't playing our best ball at all tonight, man. But our bench did contribute a little bit, so I want to give a shout out to that. Montrez, like I said, overall, Gafford played an overall better game, but I believe in the fourth quarter, Harold, he came in and he came in and gave us immediate impact when he got in the first half, brought us back closer because I think we got down double digits in the first quarter. But when we brought Harold back in, they got us back in the game, but then we went down again. But in the fourth quarter, Harold got in the game and he was scoring. He was being intense. Him and Bill, they were doing their best to try to keep us in the game. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough, man. But Harold, again, brought the energy, consistently bringing the energy off the bench, man. So I definitely like that, man. And then in the first half, our offense, as far as just the ball movement, things of that nature, our offense was, it was moving. We was moving the ball around and getting it around. The problem was we weren't making shots. We missed a lot of threes tonight, man. So that's just going to go into the things I disliked in the game, because those were the things I really liked throughout the game. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't one of our better games at all. You know what I'm saying? It was a disappointment, but I still liked our defensive intensity, man. And as bad as we looked tonight compared to the other nights of this season, we still looked like a much better team than we did last year, most of last year. You know what I mean? Even though we lost and even though we were missing shots, just the way we ran the offense, we looked like a better team, but it wasn't enough, man. And also, I want to say one more thing that I like, because it's controversial. It just depends on how you look at it. But there was a stretch in the second half when the Hornets were going on their run, and most coaches may have called timeout during parts of that onslaught that the Hornets put on us. You know what I'm saying? So I could see some people being upset, like, why didn't coach call a timeout? Why didn't coach call a timeout? Why didn't coach call a timeout? And in my belief, I think that because it's early in the season, that's why I'm not mad at coach for not calling a timeout, man. I think coach, he's I don't want to say playing mind games, but he's, conditioning the minds of the players to let them understand that there's going to be tough times throughout the season. And although I can't call a timeout to bail y'all out, y'all got to figure it out, man, on the fly, man. And I kind of like that. I think we could afford to do that early in the season. I think if it was later in the season, towards the playoff run and things of that nature, or if we were in the playoffs, he would have called a timeout during that run. But I think this season, early in the season, I just think that he wanted the team to just, go through some adversity and try to figure it out on the court. You know what I mean? So I like that coaching move. And that, to me, that's just good coaching, long-term looking at looking towards the future. You know what I mean? Not just in the present, but trying to get them ready mentally for more tougher, more intense games closer to playoff time. So I definitely kind of like that, although we lost the game, man. Okay. So the things I disliked, and then of course we lost, so there's going to be a lot of things I didn't like, man. And then first and foremost, man, the Hornets hit way too many threes tonight, man. The Hornets hit way too many threes tonight. And they were just hot from the floor, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the second half. They were extremely hot from the floor. I felt that we played decent defense. I'm not going to call our defense like how it was last year, where we just couldn't play three-point defense. We played hard defense. We played tough. They just made good shots, man. And they were just on fire tonight, man. So that's what it is in regards to that. Free throw shooting. We were missing free throws, especially Gafford, man. And, he's a big man. He's not known for making free throws like that. So, I guess we got to give him a pass. But I felt the free throws that he missed, especially in the second half, were momentum killers. It wasn't the fact that he just missed free throws. It was when he missed the free throws. And it killed us, our momentum. You know what I mean? I felt like it killed our momentum. But again, he's not known for hitting free throws. So it's, but it's something I just wanted to mention because I felt again that it killed our momentum when we needed it. Oh man, I will say this for last, but there's so many other things I didn't like, man. So our 3-point shooting, man. Honestly, that's why we lost the game. Honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? I would usually say the last reason is the biggest reason we lost the game. But there were other things I didn't like. But if we're gonna sum it up, I believe that our 3-point shooting tonight was the biggest reason. Well, man, it's arguable, it's debatable, but it definitely was a big reason we lost the game tonight, man. We had the lead. We were keeping the lead for a while throughout the game, even though we were missing threes. But I was hoping that eventually, we're missing in the first quarter, missing the second. Eventually, we're gonna get hot, make enough threes to pull out the win. But we couldn't make any threes. And the Hornets stepped up on defense in the second half, and it just enhanced our issues from the 3-point line, and eventually was the reason we lost the game, man. I mean, I ain't recognized this team from the 3-point line tonight, man. We were missing. Everybody was missing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. Again, in the fourth quarter, Bill was hitting some threes, but even he was having a bad game. And we need him to get back to Bill, man. Like, knowing what he's been through, man, he probably had that weighing on him throughout the season, and that's why he's not on top of his game right now, quite frankly. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that we know what he's gone through and why he was gone from the lineup for the last couple of games, just losing a family member, losing his grandmother, like, that's going to weigh on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially just hearing how close he was to him. So, I mean, how close he was to her, so we got to give him a little pass, man. We know what he's done for us. You know what he's done for us throughout the years, man. So, we know he's gonna get back to form. You know what I'm saying? But it's been a tough year for him. So, but we need him back. We need him back. And he showed flashes in the fourth today, man. So I'm just hoping that he can carry on with that moving forward. Another big reason we lost the third quarter, man. The third quarter was the quarter that the game got away from us, man. They had a 30-14. They outscored us 30-14 in the third quarter, and they had a 14-0 run on us in the third quarter. That's why I was like, maybe I could say the 3-point was big, but then you say the third quarter, the run, outscored more than double the output we had in the third. You could say that was the reason we lost the game. You know what I mean? But that's definitely one of the big reasons. And their bench, the Hornets bench, they took over in the third, man. They contributed big time. And they took over, helped take control of the game. And we just had nothing for them, man. It was like we were just tired tonight, man. And it showed. So we got to get it together because we got a game tomorrow. We're back-to-back. We got a game tomorrow. So we got to get our heads right. The tough loss. We're going to shake it off and try to get back at it tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then also in the third quarter, our scoring drought. Of course, if you go on a 14-0 run, that means the other team has a scoring drought. Like it goes hand in hand. So all of that combined was a big reason we lost. We couldn't score, and they went up on us, man. They went up on us. So that was tough. And then Terry Rozier, man, especially in the fourth quarter, man. Yo, I watched them beat Golden State. The last game they played. So they beat the top team in the West and the top team in the East. So that means we didn't lose to no scrubs tonight. And Terry Rozier did the same thing what he did in Golden State that he did tonight, man. Closed. He closed in the fourth, man. He closed in the fourth. He closed the game out. He was quiet in the first half. That's the same thing. I watched the Hornets versus Warriors game. He did the same exact thing, man. It's like he wakes up in the second half, and fourth quarter is like, to him, that's game time. You know what I mean? It's close time, man. So he was a problem for us tonight, man. We definitely got to, put him on our radar next game. I mean, the good thing about this is that they're in our division. So we're going to play them a few more times this season, man. They're not sweeping us this season. They're not sweeping us. I believe they swept us last season, except I think we won. That's how we got in the playoffs. So, but they're not going to sweep us, man. But they did do us dirty tonight, and we just got to eat that, man. But he had a great game. I got to give him props, especially closing the game. It was very impressive, man. It was. And then speaking of impressive, man, LaMelo Ball, man. LaMelo Ball, man. Like, what bugged me out about his game tonight was that, like, it was a quiet game in my opinion. Like, he had highlight plays and he was a presence out there, but it wasn't like he was like scored 40 or whatever. But when you look at the box score, man, he had a season high, a career high in assists tonight, man. A career high in assists. You know what I mean? And like it was so smooth, so quiet. I don't know, like I watched the game and it was like I didn't realize how many assists he had until they were saying it towards the end of the game that he had a career high in assists. A double-double tonight, man. He's a very impressive player, man. 6'7", man. Can see the floor. You know what I mean? Can see the floor. Got eyes in the back of his head, man. And he just get his teammates involved. He doesn't care about scoring. He just want to win, and you can see that, man. I really admire his game, man. You know what I'm saying? And he had a real good game tonight. A point guard had double digits assists. I think he had like what? Hold on. That's why I got the. Let me look this up. Let me see how many assists just to make sure. LaMelo Ball. 14 assists. 14 assists, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 14 assists. That's a career high. You know what I'm saying? He had 5 turnovers, but he had 14 assists, man. So that was tough. You know what I mean? That was tough, And then another big reason I felt like we lost the game, man. If you look at the scroller, if you've been paying attention to the scroller, the only people I put on the scroller every game are people who score double digits for us. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, I think this is the least amount of people that I think I put on the scroller, man. 3 people only scored double figures. Bill, Gafford, and Montrezl Harrell. Those are only 3 players that scored double figures tonight, man. I couldn't believe it when I looked at the box score. You know what I'm saying? But what was even more startling was the fact that Dinwiddie didn't bring nothing to the table tonight after having such a big game against New Orleans the other night. You know what I mean? I can't wait until I see Bill and Dinwiddie click at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's like one of them have a good game, and then the other one has a subpar game. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like. But for Dinwiddie to not score anything tonight, wasn't not. Again, let me make sure. Let me make sure, man, because I don't want to believe that. 0 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists with 2 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? In almost 29 minutes of play, he ain't scored nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Even if he scored half of, well, not half, maybe a little more than half of his average, we may have won the game. You know what I'm saying? But for him to not be able to score no points, a starter on the floor 30 minutes and don't score, it's unacceptable, man. He got to get it. I don't know, man. He got to. Him and Bill have to play better together. That's what has to happen for us to reach our peak. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we've been playing well based on our core fundamentals. Defense. Good ball movement, sharing the ball, and the coach making good adjustments, good substitutions when needed. You know what I'm saying? But for us to reach our peak, our best, Bill and Dinwiddie have to play well at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We need Dinwiddie to have like 19 and 10. You know what I mean? 19 points, 10 assists, 21 and 10, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And Bill needs to get up to 28, 29, 30 points a game. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to need if we really want to make noise in the playoffs. I still believe we're going to win 50 games this season. I still believe we're going to be a top 4 seed just based on our core fundamentals of playing great defense and Coach Unseld knowing how to coach, knowing how to make the right substitutions and right adjustments in game. I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? But to get to the next level, your stars, your best players have to play their best when the lights are bright. So again, it's early in the season. They still got time to work on their chemistry. So I'm not really too, concerned, but it is something that I noticed. Those two haven't played well together as far as shooting the ball. They played well on the floor together as far as one of them doing other things. Like when Bill was off, he'll get rebounds and assists, and that counts, and that helps us win. That's why we've been winning. But as far as peak Bill, the assist, the rebounds, and plus the scoring efficiency, and having Dinwiddie on the floor, scoring the ball, assisting the ball, we haven't had it consistent enough yet. But it's early in the season, so I'm not too concerned, man. But yeah, so those are the things I didn't like about the game. Again, the third quarter is where we really lost the game. 3 players scoring in double figures for the Wizards. That's not going to win you any games. Ball having a career high in assists. That's not going to win. You know what I'm saying? Rozier going crazy in the fourth. That hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was tough. It was tough. And it's tough because we got a back-to-back and we got a game tomorrow against the Heat. You know what I mean? Going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? So, and, that's just another quality opponent. Another opponent in our division. So it's going to be a tough game. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that they get some rest. And hopefully they just shoot better. You know what I mean? That's what we really need. Again, the defense was fine. The defense wasn't bad. It was our shooting. We need to shoot better. We need to shoot better. We got to be more consistent. We got to start faster. You know what I mean? Even though we was crisp on the offensive side of the ball passing, running the offense early in the game, I felt like there were times where we got away from it. And again, we were just missing shots. And we got to hit the shots in order to win the game. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. See how they bounce back. See, just see their mental resolve. It's exciting early in the season just to see how they, like I just said, bounce back, man. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, man, that's my time for the night, man. If you like the content, man, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel, The Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And you can follow me, King Ade, DMV, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Xbox Series S and X, NBA 2K22. All right? I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Let's take the loss on the chin. It's all good. We'll bounce back, and we're going to get that win tomorrow, all right?